Hi, my name is Eddie, and this is a reading for Gemini that runs from the 19th until the 25th of December. Using my Tower of Prague deck, and I'm going to take 10 cards for you. So first of all, a good shuffle. And then I'm going to lay down your cards on the table. Right, all your cards are on the table, so let's have a look. So the first card is in the here and now, the present situation, what's going on around you at this time. And the card I get is the Seven of Cups in the reverse position. There is a strong feeling of being bogged down with something, okay? Not being able to see the wood, for the trees around a current situation. I do sense you've got a lot of options, okay? But the feeling here is confusion, okay? It's like there's a lot going on around you, okay? Or there's a lot that needs to be dealt with. And it's quite possible to actually do everything. But the problem is you're not sure where to start. So you're kind of sort of jumping from one thing to another, and it actually ends up where you actually get nothing done, okay? So there's something here about the need to prioritize around a situation. I also feel with this card that there is some kind of decision that you need to make, but there's a strong sense that you've been putting it off over and over again, okay? It's like pushing it to one side. The card is number 7, and number 7 does relate to the spiritual plane, okay? So you are being watched over by spirit, and also the angels, the universe, the spiritual plane. And they're helping to nudge things in the right direction for you. However, they can't put things on a plate, and what they do is they give you what you need to get what you want, okay? So they might give you like the ingredients to make a nice dish, if you like, but you need to use those ingredients yourself. Right, the card crossing, which is what's getting in the way, is the 9 of Wands in the reversed position. Right, the feeling with this card is there's a lot of obstacles around you, a lot of barriers. And again, there is this feeling of things being very much in your hands, because if you look at the card, there's actually a gap here between two of the like sticks in the ground, which appear like the bars to a prison, and you actually hold one here, okay? So there is a breakthrough coming up for you, and I do feel over the next 7 days, okay? And it's just bit by bit, okay? And in fact, if you just take one away, if you like, one obstacle, if you like, you can walk through that, okay? And then it makes everything else a lot easier for you. And then you take another away, and it kind of sort of builds up your confidence. I mean, number 9 is usually about reaping the harvest, but the card is in the reverse position, so it can indicate some delays here. There's still something that needs to be done before you reap the harvest. Right, in the past, coming to the present, I've got the Star card in the reversed position. I feel there's been a lot of healing taking place, okay? I just see this water come gushing down over you, okay? And you're being told that, there's nothing to worry about here. Everything will work out for the best. You may be kicking yourself in the sense that you've put out a lot of intentions, a lot of wishes, prayers to the universe, and you feel they haven't been answered. But in fact, they have been answered, okay? Because the feeling here is that you put out all your good intentions, and then they're backed up with a lot of doubt, lack of belief, negativity. And the universe listens to everything, okay? So if it's like one moment you're saying you want something, and then the next moment you doubt it, then the universe just cancels it out. It just cancels each other out, okay? So you do get what you want, because the universe will balance everything up in the end for you, okay? So the feeling here is to actually work on your wishes, your intentions, your prayers. You put them out fine, but it's this kind of this worry, this fear, this doubt, which kind of sort of backs it up, which causes it to cancel out or causes delays. Let's have a look at the card in the future, which is the Three of Pentacles. I'm looking ahead over the next 7 days here, and I've got the Three of Pentacles in the reverse position. Okay, could well be that you need to invest some money here. Okay, I'm not talking about like the sort of stock market or shares or currency, but it could mean in a lot of ways. Okay, it could well mean in yourself. Okay, so it could well be buying that book or buying those clothes, or it could be around some kind of opportunity. You know, it could well be you need to spend a little bit. You need to spend a bit of money to make a bit of money here, and I do feel you're doing something like that over the next 7 days. The next card is the gold card, okay, which is shown by the Four of Wands. I do sense this kind of sort of major barrier here, okay. I mean, I see like this archway here, okay, and it's very much about you wanting to be on the other side here, okay. But there is a sense there are a lot of obstacles, there are a lot of issues that you need to kind of sort of deal with. But as explained earlier, if you deal with one thing, then there is a sense that everything else will fall into place for you. Subconsciously, I've got the Empress card in the reverse position. An awful lot of stirring going on within yourself. It's like you're being pulled one way and then the other. It's like your heart is feeling one thing and your mind is wanting something else or feeling something else. And I always get the scenario of like being in a car and you've got your foot on the accelerator and hand on the handbrake, and all what happens is that you go around in circles, where if you let your hand off the handbrake slowly and then just foot slowly on the accelerator or lightly on the accelerator, and then the car will move forward. Okay, so I do sense the need for a balance or some kind of middle ground here between the heart and the mind. Okay, there's also something here about, if you imagine, I mean, the Empress is usually about growth, but it's reversed, so it's more the negative elements, okay, but it does go like this before change, okay, before positive change. It's a bit like you've got an airplane going from one place to a better place and it experiencing turbulence on the way, okay. Or if you imagine like a seed, the wind helps the seed to scatter and then the rain helps the seed to grow into something beautiful. But the rain and the wind are challenging elements, okay. They're actually needed, okay. So it's actually a positive sign even though it's challenging for you. So the advice card here is shown by the Six of Wands, okay. I do see a ring here, okay. So I do sense there's going to be more certainty or more like commitment ahead for you. And what it's saying really is to think about victory, okay, because there's been a lot of thinking back to what went wrong, you know, thinking back to what you said or what you did, but the feeling here is to be more forward thinking. That's the advice here, because you have a choice. You can think about the past or you can think about the future, and just think about the future, about how you want the future to be, you know, and keep doing that, okay, and actually feel it and then just imagine it. And then, of course, it will match up and it will become a reality. The next card is what's on the outside, which is the King of Wands in the reverse position. I do sense a negative energy around you, okay? I do feel this to be a male, or if it's a female, then it's going to be someone very masculine. And they're just shown to kind of bring you down, be very negative towards you. Very uncreative and very unspiritual, you know. In fact, I'm getting a really strong word here. I'm getting evil with them, okay. And there is a sense that their influence, even now or from the past, okay, is still affecting you right now, okay. So there is a sense of needing to work on this issue, this situation, which is one of your barriers that need to be worked through. The card in your hopes and your fears is the Sun card. Best card in the pack, okay, this one. But it is about your hopes and your fears here. I suppose your fear is that you're never going to find this happiness, or you're never going to find this commitment or this marriage. But of course your hope is that you are going to, okay. But what I would say, and what I'm being given, is that the Sun is always there, okay. The Sun is always there, but sometimes the clouds are in front of the sun, and it's just a matter of finding a way to clear the clouds, these obstacles, so that the sun can appear. Final card is the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position. That's a very good card, actually. Reversed. Upright is not so good, but it's reversed, and that's how it's come out for you. And it is very much about more security, more stability, more certainty, or even more commitment around a situation. This reading does look ahead to the next 7 days. So I do feel things are going to start to improve then. Okay, it's going to take some time. It might take many months, but I do see some major breakthrough over the next 7 days for you. Thank you. There is a link in the description for free daily readings and also personal readings. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.